In this segment, we'll show you how to assemble your new 32-inch Polypro Spiker Spreader Hopper assembly. We'll begin by attaching a hitch tube, part 11, to the right-hand side of the hopper using two 5/16" by 2 1/4" hex bolts, part 16, two 5/16" flat washers, part 35, and two 5/16" nylock hex nuts, part 27. Assemble the bolts and the washers from inside the hopper. Then insert a tube plug, part 48. Now repeat for the other side. Then assemble the handle brace bracket, part 5, to the lift handle, part 9, using a 5/16" by 3/4" hex bolt, part 32, and a 5/16" nylock nut, part 27. Now slide on the height adjustment grip, part 45, onto the lift handle. Next, insert a 5/16" by 3 1/2" hex bolt, part 14, through the transport tube, part 10, the lift handle, part 9, a medium spacer, part 42, and then through the hitch tube. Secure the assembly with a 5/16" nylock nut, part 27. Then, insert a 5/16" by 2" hex bolt, part 17, through the transport tube, part 10, two 5/16" flat washers, part 35, and the handle brace bracket. Fully secure the assembly with a 5/16" nylock nut, part 27. Now onto the left side. Insert a 5/16" by 3 1/2" hex bolt, part 14, through the upper hole on the transport tube, part 10, a medium spacer, part 42, and the hitch tube. Loosely secure it with a 5/16" nylock nut, part 27. Do not fully tighten it yet. Next, fasten the hitch tubes together using 2/4" by 2 3/4" hex bolts, part 15, hitch brackets, part 46, and 1/4" nylock hex nuts, part 26. Do not fully tighten it yet. Then install the hitch pin, part 21, through the hitch brackets and secure with a 3/32" hair cotter pin, part 25. Now, assemble a 1/2" by 4" hex bolt, part 13, a 1/2" washer, part 34, a wheel, part 6, a 1/2" washer, part 34, and a 0.5" hex jam nut, part 29, finger tighten only. Next, attach the wheel assembly to the transport tube using a 1/2" nylock jam nut, part 28. Then repeat for the other side. Now, screw a 1/4" nylock hex nut, part 26, all the way onto the flow control link, part 44. Next, assemble the ferrule, part 49, onto the link. Then start a 1/4" nylock hex nut, 1 or 2 turns onto the link. Now assemble the ferrule, part 49, into the hole at the end of the flow control lever, part 2, using a 1/4" nylock hex nut, part 26. Tighten the nut, leaving it loose enough that the ferrule can pivot. Next, assemble the control arm grip, part 43, onto the end of the flow control lever. Then insert the flow control lever into the slot in the hopper. Now place the center brace, part 3, into the hopper. Then insert the 1/4" by 1 1/4" hex bolt, part 19, through the center brace and the front of the hopper. Now assemble a 1/4" flat washer, part 37, the flow control lever, part 2, and a 1/4" nylock hex nut, part 26, onto the bolt. Do not tighten it yet. Then insert the 1/4 by 3/4" hex bolt, part 30, through the center brace and the rear of the hopper. Next, assemble a 1/4" flat washer, part 37, and a 1/4" nylock hex nut, part 26, onto the bolt. Fully secure both the front and rear bolts. Now, ensure the flow control handle is in the off position. Then insert the 5/16" by 1 3/4" carriage bolt, part 18, up through the slot and secure it with a nylon washer, part 36, and the plastic wing nut, part 39. Next, move the lift handle into the locked position. Then tip the spreader back to rest on the wheels and the rear of the hopper. Now, move the flow control lever, part 2, to the off position. Then push the feed plate back as far as it will go to the closed position. Next, place a nylon washer, part 36, onto the bent end of the flow control link, part 44. Then insert the link into the feed plate bracket. Now secure it with a 3/32 inch by 3/4 inch cotter pin, part 24. Next, tighten the lower 1/4 inch nylock hex nut until it touches the bottom of the ferrule. Then tighten the upper 1/4 inch nylock hex nut until it is snug against the top of the ferrule. Now, hook the open end of the float plate spring part 40 into the feed plate. Then, place the closed end of the spring onto the end of the hex bolt and a flow control lever, and secure it with a 1/4 inch nylock hex nut. Next, open and close the feed plate using the flow control lever. Check to make sure the feed plate is closed completely when the lever is in the off position. If the feed plate does not close completely, adjust the 1/4 inch nylock hex nut on the flow control link